Hello everyone, I'm Kevin, otherwise known as Form BX257, here to bring you another 1980s G.I. Joe toy review. And today I'll be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Explosive Ordnance Disposal Trooper, the 1987 Tunnel Rat. Now, Tunnel Rat makes his first comic book appearance in the old Marvel comic run in issue 59, where he is actually a very constant background character. I wouldn't say he's very well developed, but he's there almost all along since his first appearance. Interestingly enough, his face sculpt is based on Larry Hama's, who was the writer of the G.I. Joe comic book at the time. His first animated appearance is in the 1987 G.I. Joe animated movie. But unlike a lot of these later characters, he actually does make the leap to several other animated series, like G.I. Joe Sigma 6, G.I. Joe Resolute, as well as G.I. Joe Renegades, where he is actually portrayed very consistently throughout the movie up to Renegades as being a very down-to-earth, somewhat sarcastic little fellow.
Well, it's really hard to dislike Tunnel Rat's appearance. With his multiple bandanas and his camo on his bare skin, it looks like he's been fighting for a week already. Tunnel Rat comes with a explosives satchel, which rather cartoonishly has TNT written on it. There were two versions of the satchel. Unfortunately, I have the version which is made out of more brittle plastic. There was one made out of more flexible plastic, but mine is brittle, and as you can see, the straps are starting to get stress marks. It's if you're going to hang this actually on the figure, you're probably going to want to hang it on this way. If you hang it on the other way, this grenade and gun are actually really raised, and that's what's really stressing out the strap on here. Tunnel Rat also comes with a 7.62 millimeter air-cooled machine gun with infrared scope. The scope and bipod are not detachable or anything like that. It's a rather interesting, large machine gun. I'm not quite sure what this thing is based on. The rear end looks like an M60, and the front end looks like a big vented shroud from something completely different. There's no way it can be an M60 because it's obviously missing the gas cylinder, which would have been underneath the barrel. It's possible that they were going for like a European design, like the German MG42, or some sort of modern update to the MG42. And Tunnel Rat comes with this gigantic backpack, which is called a tunnel floodlight system, no less. It looks like it ought to go on this way onto the figure, because that's usually where you put this sort of wrapped up bedding. But it actually goes this way because the backpack itself comes with two detachable halogen hand lamps. And this is what's really easy to miss on this figure. They're not exactly clipped in there or anything. And the worst thing about these little hand lamps, unfortunately, is because they're so rounded, the figure can't actually hold on to these. So these don't really have anywhere to go. It would have been really nice if they had like a little indent so the figure can really get the hand in there. Unfortunately, that's just one of the other things which makes it very easy to lose those things. I don't really want to say anything bad about Tunnel Rat's accessories because it's nice that they are big and large and highly detailed. But Tunnel Rat's backpack makes him really top heavy. And you have to remember, back then, figure stands were not included yet with the figures. So you have to pose him in such a way that sometimes using his machine gun as a tripod or having him just sort of kneeling on one leg, which is fine, sure, but it's kind of just unfortunate that you have to do that because of the weight. Sadly, I couldn't find any specific information on the red triangular patch that Tunnel Rat wears on his arm. The closest I can get is that it is an actual Vietnam-era Ranger patch, which, appropriately enough, is worn by the soldiers that actually cleared out Viet Cong tunnels, and they themselves were known as Tunnel Rats. Well, that's all the time I have right now. Thank you for watching my video, and stay tuned for next week to see another 1980s G.I. Joe toy review. See you then!